Yo, what's up mga parekoy? So for this video, magkakaroon po tayo ng more practice problems on trigonometry as preparation for our exam. Kinuha ko po yung mga problems dito sa pinost po ni Sir Acosta sa Facebook page na SLU SEA Math. And we will try solving it. I did not solve lahat. I just choose yung mga kinaya ng brain cells natin, guys. Alright? So let's go. Sabi dito, the sides of a triangular lot are 130, 180, and 190. So basically, we have a triangle. Let's show that this is 130, this is 190, and let's say that this is 180. Now, the lot is to be divided by a line bisecting the longest side and drawn from the opposite vertex. Ibig sabihin, yung bisect po natin is the longest side. When we say bisect, we divide them into two equal parts. So, the longest side, which is 190, is divided into two. Yan. So, let's say that's divided into two equal parts and drawn from the opposite vertex. Opposite vertex nito is ito po. So, basically, ito po yung bisecting line na sinasabi niya. This is equal to this line. So, to solve for the length of this line, ito po yung hinahanap natin of this bisecting line. What I need to do, guys, is to find first the angles. I will find first any of these two angles. And to do that, I will use law of cosines. So, I will set this first as this is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. So, I will find angle, let's say angle B. I will choose to find angle B. So, solving for angle B, that would be equal to A squared is equals to, joke lang. Sorry, angle B pala. So, that would be B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of B. Alright. So, since we are finding for angle B, let's manipulate the formula. That would be equal to B r cosine of A squared plus C squared minus B squared over 2AC. That's manipulating the formula. So, let's substitute. Cosine negative 1. A raised to A squared, guys, is 190 squared plus C squared is 180 squared minus B squared is 130 squared over 2 times 190 times 180. Alright? So, using our calculator, cosine, guys, that's equal to, let's say that our angle B is equal to 41 degrees, 1 minute, 41.72 seconds. I get it in the very exact way kasi po, yung kung makikita nyo mga choices natin, they are too close with each other. Kaya we need more accuracy here. Alright, so since angle B, nakuha na natin to, we know the value of this angle, we can now solve for the value of this using law of cosine ulit. Kasi guys, di ba, since ito 190 na bisected, ibig sabihin they are divided into two equal parts. This 190 here will be divided into 2, 190 divided by 2. Ibig sabihin, this part here is only 95. So, we have 180, we have 95 in angle B. That's the case is SSA for law of cosine. So, pwede nating masolve yan. Now, to solve that, I'm solving now for the side B. Let's say that this is the new side B. Alright? So, to solve for the side B, I have again the formula B squared is equal to A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of B. I am solving for B, so that would be just equal to B is equal to the square root of A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of B. Alright, let's substitute values. A squared natin, guys. A squared, A. Where is A? A. Yung A natin ngayon is yung 95. Hindi na siya yung buong ito kasi, di ba, we are just getting this triangle. So, that would be 95 squared plus C squared is ito. That would be equal to 180 squared minus 2 times 95 times 180 times, okay, 2AC, tama. Cosine of B. B is this angle. 41 degrees, 1 minute, 41.72 seconds. So, let's extend that out. Solve natin yan, guys, using our calculator. That would be equal to the square root of, okay, guys. So, basically, sa ating sagot, that's equal to 125.000019. So, rounding that off, ang nearest nating sagot is letter D. So, that's how to get that. Alright, next problem. The two areas of two similar triangles are in the ratio 4:1. The length of, okay, so meron tayong dalawang similar triangle, 4:1. Ibig sabihin, we have this big triangle and a smaller triangle. This is 4:1. Now, this is the ratio of the area, guys. Ratio of the area. Now, the length of the side of the smaller triangle is 5 units. Ito daw 5. That's one side, or let's say that that's the base. What is the length of the corresponding side of the larger triangle? Now, what is the length of this corresponding larger triangle? Okay, guys. Take note, guys. 4:1 is ratio of their area. So, I was not able to find a way how to solve this using the rule of ratio. So, I tried it manipulating some values and I got the answer. So, since that's 4, ibig sabihin, ang 4, di ba, ang formula para sa area ng triangle is base times height divided by 2, di ba? Ibig sabihin, sa larger triangle na to, when they multiplied base times height divided by 2, the value was 4, di ba? So, let's transpose inside 4. So, ibig sabihin, pag nilagay natin yung 4 sa loob, that would be equal sa kabilang side ng equation, that would be equal to base times height over 8. Now, sa kabila naman, when base times height over 2, ang sagot niyan is, ang answer niya is 1. So, basically, walang nagbago. So, BH over 2. So, now, this is the ratio. Okay? So, dito na tayo. Guys, yung base daw nito is 5. So, I note here that yung base is 5. So, since walang nasabi na altitude, I will set an altitude kasi you can set any altitude naman eh. Kasi it is a triangle, hindi naman given yung dalawang side, it will still form kahit anong altitude yung ilagay mo. So, I will choose 1 para mas madali. So, my base here would be 5 and my altitude would be 1. So, substituting that here sa ating smaller muna, smaller triangle. So, that would be equal to BH over 8, which is also equal to 5 times 1, that's base times height, that's 5 over 2. Alright. Now, I'll need to solve for the value of the BH. So, I'll transpose 8 sa kabilang side ng equation. BH is equal to 5 times 8 over 2. BH is equal to 40 over 2. BH is 20. Now, sa aking larger triangle, when I will multiply the base and the height, I should have a value of 20. Alright, so, what I did was to list out the factors of 20. Ano ba ang possible factors ng 20? That could be 10 and 2. That could be 20 and 1. That could be 5 and 4. Now, I evaluated these three factors na kung mag-fit in dito. Okay, inuna ko tong 5 over 4. When my base is 5 and my altitude is 4, hindi siya acceptable, hindi siya pwede kasi this has a ratio 4:1, hindi nagbago yung base niya. So, scratch na to. Next, 20:1. So, basically, yung base kong na ngayon, 20 siya. Ngayon, yung height ko, I set it as 1. Eh, yung height ko dito, 1, yung height ko dito, 1, walang nagbago. So, mali din siya. Not acceptable. Until I got here. That's 10. Dito, 10. Ito, 2, di ba? This is 10, this is 2. So, I got this as the right answer since may nagbago sa mga proportions sila. This is 5, this became 10, this is 1, it became 2. So, the answer of this problem, the length of the corresponding side of the larger triangle, ito yung base or the corresponding side is C10. So, to prove that would be, kunin natin yung area nito, base times height divided by 2, 10 times 2 divided by 2, is 10, sorry. Ito naman, 5 times 1 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So, this is the ratio. Evaluating that's also equal to 4:1. So, basically, 10 is the correct answer. Okay, next. Okay, guys. So, okay na. Let's move now to this next problem. Sabi dito, this is sine B minus A when B is 270 degrees and A is an acute angle. Acute angle, it is lesser than 90 degrees. Alright, so let's solve for this. Sine B minus A, B is 270 minus A. So, kung mapapansin nyo, we can use the identity of, difference identity of sine. So, that's, if we have sine A minus B, we will have sine A, cosine B, minus kasi minus din yon, sine B, cosine A. So, substituting values over here, sine A is sine 270, sine 270, cosine B, which is A, minus sine B, which is also A, sine A, cosine of A natin is 270. We can solve this using our Cartesian plane. Since our Cartesian plane, alam natin na this is the 270-degree angle. The y value here is -1 since it's going down. The x is 0 since it's vertical. R is 1. So since sine 270 is opposite over hypotenuse, opposite that is -1, hypotenuse is 1. So basically, it's -1. So this is -1 cosine of A. We don't know cosine of A. Minus sine A. We don't know the sine A. Next, cosine 270. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent natin is the x value which is 0. Hypotenuse is 1. So basically, this is 0. Sine A times 0 is 0. So that what is left is -1 times cosine A. That's negative cosine of A. So basically, we have the answer which is letter A. Alright? Next. 4. Okay. Secant squared A is 5 over 2. The quantity 1 minus sine squared A is equivalent to. So, ano yung value daw nito? Alright? So, kung mapapansin natin, guys, this is another identity. 1 minus sine squared A. 1 minus sine squared A is the same, is equal to cosine squared A. It's an identity of Pythagorean identity. Yeah, Pythagorean identity. So, if this is equal to dito, we know that cosine squared A, guys, reciprocal niyan yung 1 over secant squared A, di ba? These are reciprocal identity na ngayon. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, if the value of secant squared A dito is 5 over 2, let's substitute the values. Cosine squared A, yung value down nito is 1 over 5. Yung sinubstitute lang natin, di ba? Dito, let's simplify this out. That's 2 over 5. And 2 over 5 is equals to 0.4. So, basically, this is the answer with that. Okay, next. Okay, let's skip. That's problem number 4. In-skip ko na. Move on tayo sa problem number 6. Mahirap yung 5. Solve for the theta in the following equation. Sine double theta is equal to cosine theta. So, to solve for that theta, what I did was to simplify this. Sine double theta. This is another identity. So, ano ba yung identity na sine double theta? Sine double theta, guys, is equal yan sa 2 sine theta cosine theta. And that's equal to cosine theta. Now, let's transpose cosine theta. Ilagay natin tong cosine theta sa kabilang equation para matira lang to. So, that's 2 sine, transposing this. That's cosine theta over cosine theta is equal to 1. So, 2 sine is equal to 1. Now, sine theta, I forgot the theta there. Sine theta, transpose din natin yung 2. That's 1 over 2. Okay. Here, guys, mapapansin nyo, we have a value 1/2. Naaalala nyo pa ba yung mga special triangles nyo? The 30, 60, 19, the 45, 45, 45, 45, special triangle. Naalala nyo ba kung ano yung mag-result sa 1/2? Basically, ay yung may side na 1 is a 30-degree angle. Since sine natin is opposite over hypotenuse, ang may value lang naman na 1 is the 30-degree angle. So, the answer here is sine 30 degrees. Kasi sine 30 degrees, kung mapapansin nyo, this is 30 degrees, diba? That's 1. This is square root of 3. This is 2. That's opposite over hypotenuse. That's 1 over 2. So, basically, the answer there is letter A. Right? Next. Two triangles have equal bases. The altitude of another triangle is 3 units more than its base, and the altitude of another triangle is 3 units less than its base. Alright. So, we have two triangles. So, ganyan. Alright, two triangles. They have equal bases. Same daw yung ito, tsaka yung ito. So, let's name that X. Now, the altitude of one triangle is 3 units more than its base. So, this daw, altitude nito, is 3 units more than its base. That's x plus 3. And the altitude of the other triangle is, ito daw naman, is 3 units less than, so minus naman. So that's x minus 3. Find the altitudes if the areas of the triangle differ by 21 square units. So, ang area daw nito, kapag sinubtract mo sa area nito, ay magiging 21. So, let's say that area 1 minus area 2 is equal to 21. Alright. So, from that, we can now solve. We can derive certain equations. So, how do we solve for area? Again, that's base times height over 2. So, solving for this, solve muna natin yung area 1. Area 1 is equal to x plus 3 times x over 2. That's equal to x squared plus 3x over 2. Next, dito naman, base times height over 2, that's the same. Base natin is x minus 3, tas yung joke lang, that's the height. And the base is x over 2. Distribute, that would be equal to x squared minus 3x over 2. Alright, so since we have the two areas, sabi dito, a1 minus a2 is equal to 21. So let's substitute. So dito, x squared plus 3x over 2 minus x squared minus 3x over 2. So since they have the same denominator, I can add them up. So that's x squared plus 3x, distribute mo yung negative sign, minus x squared plus 3x is equal to 21. Cancel, x squared, matitira is 3x plus 3x, which is equal to 6x over 2 is equals to 21. 6 divided by 2 is 3. X divided is equal to 21. X is equal to 7 since 21 divided by 3. Alright, so the bases here are 7. 7, this is also 7. Pero, yung tinatanong niya, find the altitudes, yung mga height. So this, okay. So dito, since this is 7, 7 plus 3, this is 10, this is 7, 7 minus 3, this is 4. So answer is 10 and 4, basically, that's letter D. Alright, next. A ship started sailing south, and to, haba. Alright. This is the, I think this is west. Tama ba? West ba to? Yeah. East. A ship started sailing 42:35 west. So that's here. 42:35. And dito daw siya. Let's use another. Dito daw siya. So ibig sabihin, this angle here is 42 degrees 35. Alright. At a rate of 5 kph. Alright. Mamaya natin sulat yan. And next, after 2 our ship be started at the same point. So dito yung starting point nilang dalawa. Going north, 46:20. So north, magsisimula sa north. Magme-measure tayo ng 46:20. Di straight. So ito guys, yan. That's 46 degrees 20. Now, after how many hours will the second ship be exactly north of ship A? So ibig sabihin, kapag north yan ng ship A, ito yung ship A, ito yung ship B. This is A, this is B. Kailan daw magiging north yan? Magiging north yan kapag ito nasa straight vertical line na to. Okay. So, yan yung condition. Ngayon, i-label natin yung mga angle. Yung mga angle dyan, this is 46. This is 42 degrees and 35. Ibig sabihin, that's 42 degrees, 35 minutes. Dito rin, this should be 46 degrees and 46 degrees and 20, tama ba? 20 minutes. Okay. So now, since nakuha na natin yung mga angle na dyan, let's go back to the problem. Sabi dito, nauna daw yung a ship started sailing, yung ship A, na nasa rate ng 5 kph. So, A, nasa rate yan ng 5 kph. After 2 hours, ship B started. So, nauna ito ng 2 hours. Ibig sabihin, nauna siya sa distance na 10 kilometers. Nauna siya ng 10 kilometers. Ngayon, at itong ship B, meron naman siyang 7 kilometers per hour na speed. So, nang nasa 10 kilometers na siya, magsisimula pa lang to. So, how will we solve that? Basically, guys, it's law of sine. I-measure natin ano ba yung distance nito. Ang distance po nito, that would be equal to, ang mesh distance po nito should be equal to 10 plus 5, that's the distance, times the time. Let's make x as the time. X is the time, guys. Okay. So, yung distance dito na na-travel niya is 10. Diba? Kasi nauna siya sa 10. And 5, that's the speed times yung time na hinahanap natin. We're finding for the value of x. And another one, dito naman, let's also find the value of this. Okay? Let's find the value of this. Okay? So, the value of the distance here is 7x. Basically, hindi siya nauna, kaya wala siyang 10 unlike here. So, this is 7x, this is 10 plus 5x. This is the distance. X, same sila ng variable kasi same naman yung time na hinahanap natin yan. At what time, di ba? So, using law of sines. Bakit law of sines? Kasi ito, meron siyang ratio nito. Ito, meron din siyang ratio nito. Magka-ratio yung side na to sa angle side na to, sa angle na to, tsaka sa side. So, that would be equal to 10 plus 5x, ito yung side na yon. Ang opposite niyang is sine 46 degrees 27 minutes. That's equal to ito naman 7x. Equal yan dito sa sine ng baba na to. That's sine 42 degrees 35 minutes. So, divided both sides by 1.6901, divided by 1.6901, our final answer, ang value po natin dyan, the value of our x is 4.0039, and 4.0039, ang pinakamalapit po na sagot dyan is letter B. Alright, so that's the nearest answer po dito. Maybe nagkapasa sign sa po sila sa accuracy. Kung kinuha po natin lahat points, we can get as much as close with this answer. All right? Problem number 9. Dito sa problem number 9, well, an aerolift plane can fly at airspeed of 300 miles per hour. So ibig sabihin, we have here an airplane that flies 300 mph. There is a wind blowing towards the cast at 50 mph. Ibig sabihin, ito guys, may nagbo-blow na wind. It's from that towards the cast. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng from the left or pwedeng from the right. So for this problem, I will choose na nanggagaling siya sa left. So nagbo-blow yung wind, ibig sabihin, meron tayong another vector dito na yung niya is 50 naman. What should be the plane's compass heading in order for its course to be 30 degrees? Its course, ibig sabihin, yung darating niya dito, yung daratnan niya here, should be equal to 30 degrees. And saan niya binase tong 30 degrees? Basically, again, kapag may ganyang problem, binibase yan dito sa ating bearing, which is from the north or from the vertical line. So, ito hanggang dito, this line, let's use blue. This blue here is equal to 30 degrees. Now, what will be the plane's ground speed if it flies in this course? So, ito yung course na sinasabi niya, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, ano daw yung speed niya sa course na to? Okay, so yun yung unang hinahanap. And next, what should be the plane's compass heading in order for its course to be 30? We set variables for these two angles. This angle right here is, we know, let's set this as x. And this angle here is y. Pero alam natin na yung buong ito is 30, di ba? So, kapag nakuha natin yung x, we can solve for y by subtracting 30. So, before that, what first can we solve from here? Kung makikita nyo, wala pa tayong makikitang angle, no? Pero pwede nating ma-solve yan kasi we know that this is 30 degrees, di ba? Yung blue line is 30 degrees. Ibig sabihin, if this is a 90 degree, mag-draw ako ng 90 degree dito, yung matitira dito is just 60 degrees. So, from this alone, yung angle din dito is also equal to 60 degrees. Bakit? If we will draw another vertical line there, ito, parehas sa dyan. We can now solve for the value of the angle x because naka-ratio ito, tsaka ito, di ba? Meron tayong ratio nito, tsaka rito. So, using sine law, we use sine 60. Ang sine 60, opposite that is 300. 300 times over sine 60 is equal sa side which is 50 over sine x. So, to solve for the sine x, (8.29) or let's just say that's 8.3. That's 8.3, x is 8.3 degrees. Alright. So, this guys, yung angle na to is 8.3. Diba? Pwede na nating ma-solve yung tinatanong niya. Yung tinatanong niya dito is, saan na yun? What should be the plane's compass heading in order for its course to be 30? So, ano dapat yung angle na to? Ito yung hinahanap niyo po yun nung sinasabi niya na what's its course to be 30. So, saan angle siya magsisimula? Kapag bubugkahan niya siya, mapupunta sa 30, this is that certain angle. So, ano yon? Since we know that ang buong ito ay 30 degrees minus 8.3, so that's basically 21.7 degrees. And dito, we know that the answer is letter C. Pero, we need to prove na 321.8 yung speed niya sa yung ground speed dito. So, to solve that, we can use law of sines again. Since alam na natin yung dalawang angle, masosolve na natin to. Ang sagot niyan, that's 8.3 plus 60 minus 180, that's 111.7. So, this is 111.7 degrees. So, meron akong ratio nito. Again, we can solve that using 300 over sine 60 is equal yan sa, let's name this as y. Yan yung hinahanap nating side, y over sine 111.7.
That's most of the kabilang side. That's 300 times sine 111.7 over sine 60. That's equal to y. Solving that, using your calculator, that's 300 sine 111.7 divided by sine 60.
Sine 60, guys, is equal to 321. Y is equal to 321.8609. So, basically, our answer C is tama. A ladder 5 meter long lays on the wall makes a 30 degrees. So, basically, katawa siya. Ito yung ladder na 5 meter, nag-lean siya with an angle of 30 degrees. So, ito yung wall. Find the vertical height of the top to the ground. So, dito hanggang dito. So, basically, that's katawa. That would be equal to sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Sine 30 is equal to opposite, which is opposite, let's name this O, and hypotenuse is 5, transpose na 5 sa kabila. Sine 30 times 5, we know that sine 30, guys, is, what's sine 30? Sine 30 is 1/2. Yeah, that's 1/2 times 5. So, the value of our opposite side is 5 over 2. 5 over 2 is 2.5. So, basically, the answer is here, letter A. Sabi dito, sine A is equal to 4 over 5 and A is in the first quadrant. So, we know that sine, guys, is opposite over hypotenuse again. And that's 4 over 5. Ibig sabihin, ang opposite is 5, the hypotenuse, and opposite is 4, hypotenuse is 5. So, opposite, guys. So, if this is, we start here, first quadrant siya, opposite, ibig sabihin, yung side na to is 4 and the hypotenuse is 5. So, kung mapapansin nyo, this is a special triangle. This is the 3, 4, 5. Pero we can still solve for the value of this without knowing that this is a special triangle using Pythagorean theorem. C squared is equals to A squared plus B squared. C is 25 is equals to A. Minus na natin yan. Minus 16 is equals to B squared. 9 is equals to B squared. Ibig sabihin, B is equals to 3. So, this, guys, is 3. Now, find tangent A. Tangent A, tangent is opposite. That's 4 over 3. Tangent A, di ba? 4 over 3. So, katawa. Opposite over adjacent. Next, secant naman tayo. Secant is the reciprocal ng 1 over cosine. So, let's just find the value of the cosine. Cosine is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. Ibig sabihin, secant is hypotenuse over adjacent. Hypotenuse ng ito is 5. Adjacent with that is 3. So, 4 plus 5 is 9 over 3. That's equals to 3. So, final answer is A. Right? Next problem. Problem number 20. Okay. So, points A and B are 100 meters apart and of the same elevation on the foot of the building. Okay. So, meron tayong dalawang point na A and B. This is point A and this is point B. Are apart and are the same elevation as the foot of the building. Ibig sabihin, may building tayo dito. Same yung kinalalagyan nila sa foot ng building. The angles of elevation from the top of the building to points A and B. Okay, so meron tayong angles of elevation. Yun, are 21 angles of elevation. Ibig sabihin ito, 21 and 32. 21 and this is 32 degrees. How far is A from the building in meters? How far is A from the building hanggang dito daw? Ano yung measurement niya hanggang dito? So basically, pwede muna nating ma-solve yung isolve muna natin kung ano yung hypotenuse, then we can solve this down using Sir Acosta. So if this is 32 and we know that this is 180 guys, 180 minus 32 is equal yan sa 148. Tama ba? So this angle here is 148 and this 21, so that's 21 plus 148 minus 180, we know that this is equal siya sa 11 degrees. So this guys, alam natin ng ano nito is 100, 'di ba? Sabi dito, the points A and B are apart 100 meters. So we can use sine law. Ito, meron siyang naka-ratio tong dalawang to. We are solving for this hypotenuse. So to solve for that, that would be equal to 100 over sine 11 is equal to x, that's the side we are finding for, over sine 148. So, transpose sine 148 times 100 over sine 11, that's the value of x. So, 100 sine 148 over sine 11 is equal yan sa 277, x is 277.72 to 3. Okay, let's get up to 4 decimal places now. Itong hypotenuse natin is 277.7223. Now, I need to get the value of the hole. Yung hole ano nito kasi from the building, sabi. So, to get that, we use Sir Acosta. Since we have opposite and adjacent, we use cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And cosine 21 degrees ito is equal yan sa adjacent, which is ito yung hinahanap natin, over the hypotenuse, which is 277.7223. Transpose natin sa kabila, the value of A would be equal to 277.7223 times cosine 21 degrees is equal yan sa 259.28. So, basically, our answer here is letter A. Next problem. Problem number 26. Sabi dito, cosecant 520 degrees is equals to. Okay, so let's evaluate this cosecant 520. Cosecant 520, let's go. Okay, so cosecant 520, paano natin yung gagawin? One round here is 360, so naka 360 na siya. Ibig sabihin, yung natira, 520 minus 360 is 160. So, iikot ulit siya dito, hanggang dito. This is 180, guys, di ba? Ibig sabihin, this is 160. Meron tayong degree, this is, angle here is 20. Kasi dito, 160. 160 plus 20 is 180. Ngayon, ano yung value ng cosecant 520? Cosecant 520 is equal yan sa cosecant ng 20 degrees. Yan. So, answer is B. Alright? Next. Cosine of 65 degrees plus cosine 55 degrees is equal to cosine theta. Find theta and radians. So, to find theta and radians, okay, so, to find this, it's basically using our calculator. Gagawin natin tong arc sine para theta lang yung matira. So, it will be theta is equals to the arc cosine of cosine 65 degrees plus cosine 55 degrees. So, using our calculator, shift cosine, cos 65 plus cosine 55 is equal to 5. 5 degrees siya. Pero sabi kasi, radians. So, let's convert that to radians. 5 times pi over 180 using our calculator. 5 times pi divided by 180 is equal to 0.0 0.872 and that's basically malapit yan dito B. So B is our final answer. Alright? Next, number 30. The sine of a certain angle is 0.6. Okay, so what is 0.6? So let's say sine theta is equals to 0.6. Ano ba yung 0.6 in fractions? Kasi in fractions, pwede nating makita kung ano yung opposite side, tsaka ano yung opposite, ano yung hypotenuse, ano yung adjacent. So, conversion. 0.6 is the same as 3/5, di ba? So, sin theta, sin theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So, di ba? So, opposite niyan is basically this vertical line which is 3 and the hypotenuse which is 5. So, kung mapapansin nyo, this is again the special right triangle, the 3, 4, 5. Pero kung hindi nyo naman napansin yun, you can use the Pythagorean theorem para masolve yun. C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So, that's 4. Diba? Calculate the cotangent of this angle. This is the angle. So, cotangent is inverse ng tangent. So, if tangent is opposite over adjacent, cotangent is adjacent over opposite. So, what is adjacent to this angle? That's 4. What is opposite to this angle? That's 3. So, basically, 4/3 is the answer. That's A. And yes, that's it mga pare ko. I hope nakatulong tong video na to. If nakatulong, please like, share, and subscribe mga pare ko. Good luck for the exams tomorrow. All the best. Let's claim it. Ipapasa natin to. That's it. Bye-bye.